My recent article is about Captagon, a drug that evolved from a legitimate medicine into one of the most profitable illicit narcotics in the world. Its recent seizure in India is far more significant than what meets the eye. Captagon was developed in the 1960s as a pharmaceutical drug used as medicine to treat conditions such as narcolepsy, even attention deficit disorder, chronic fatigue. However, concerns with its abuse, concerns with its addictive qualities led to its prohibition. In the 1980s, the drug disappeared as a pharmaceutical drug. It was banned even by the United Nations for its psychotropic qualities, as it said. However, the drug once again emerged and was called the jihadi drug. It was reportedly used by fighters, ISIS fighters, to stay awake, reduce fatigue, maintain aggression. More importantly, Captagon became a critical source of funding for armed groups, criminal syndicates, and conflict economies. The Syrian civil war transformed Captagon from a regional narcotic into a global security concern. As institutions weakened, illicit manufacturing expanded. Syria emerged as the world's largest producer of Captagon, accounting for nearly 80% of global production. The trade generated billions and billions of dollars, making it one of the most valuable exports linked to the conflict economy. Captagon tablets were smuggled through known trafficking routes stretching from anywhere from Iraq to Turkey to Gulf. Major seizures in Saudi Arabia, UAE, told us the scale of production. The drug became so deeply embedded in regional criminal networks that many analysts described Syria as the center of narco economy, Captagon narco economy. And it was following the collapse of the Assad regime that the centralized production got disrupted and it became fragmented. So there was production happening across many geographies, which made it very difficult to track because there were multiple actors, there were multiple territories. Trafficking routes that once ran primarily through Syria now were shifting through the Balkans, Turkey, Yemen, Sudan, and many other regions. This decentralization made the trade more resilient. Instead of targeting a single production hub, law enforcement agencies were now compelled to confront many, many hubs. And that also meant many jurisdictions. Now, coming to India, what makes this seizure really, really important, the Captagon seizure in India at Mundra Port in Gujarat, is the significant quantity seized, but also because what this indicates. Historically, Captagon was associated to Middle Eastern markets, but catching it in India suggests that the networks may be expanding, looking for new transit routes, looking for new logistical hubs, looking for new consumer markets. India occupies a strategically important location between the Middle East, Africa, Southeast Asia. It sits in one of the world's busiest maritime trade hubs. Criminal organizations are constantly seeking new pathways. This makes them lower risks and gives them higher profits. Now, the seizure raises concerns that India could increasingly become that node in these trade routes, considering our port capabilities, our heavy traffic with the Middle East. These drug trafficking networks could be going beyond. India already faces a significant challenge from drug trafficking along its northeastern borders. We've all heard of the Golden Triangle. Myanmar has become the largest production hub for methamphetamine, synthetic drugs, heroin. We know Golden Crescent has always existed, but the arrival of Captagon introduces a new dimension to this challenge. Unlike traditional narcotic routes, Captagon originates from an entirely different criminal ecosystem connected to the Middle East. If these networks were to establish a presence in India, security agencies will need to up their monitoring systems, new trafficking routes, new financial channels, new transnational criminal partnerships will all be required to be monitored. There's also a broader national security dimension to this. Illicit drug profits have often been connected to fuel extremist organizations, fund illicit arms and weapons trade. Captagon seized in India has not been associated to any sort of militant groups or extremist organizations, but if not watched over, it can do so over a period of time. This monitoring requires stronger maritime surveillance, enhanced intelligence sharing with the Middle East, greater scrutiny of shipping networks, and continued monitoring of evolving synthetic drug markets. Ultimately, Captagon is not a story of merely drugs landing in India. It is about how conflict, organized crime, illicit finance, and pharmaceutical products can become multi-billion-dollar criminal enterprises. We've seen it help sustain instability in parts of the Middle East, and that must be prevented. For India, the recent seizure is important because it may represent the first sign of a changing trafficking landscape. It demonstrates that criminal networks are adaptive, they're global, they're constantly searching for new routes, new opportunities. Recognizing these shifts early is essential for India to prevent the emergence of yet another trade. Therefore, the recent seizure of Captagon should not be seen as an isolated success story, but it should be seen as a great inflection point in the changing contours of illegal trade, illegal narcotics trade around the world.